Good day, beautiful people. I've been walking around this morning for a couple of hours, a walking meditation. I left my abode around 6 o'clock, can't tell you the hour now. And this has arisen, and it's a very important piece. It is going to begin focusing on the females, and then it will move into bringing it into everyone. A number of years ago, I wrote a piece. One is Reveals All, or maybe the piece just before, or just after, on the blog, Healing Humanity, Change is Infinite. And in that poem, I made some allusions to males and females, and I put the font of the words in capitals, lowercase, italics. And in doing so, I was letting you see that in the subjects and objects that I'm making reference to, there are differences being inculcated within those subjects and objects that are the males and females. And the reason I did this is because I was making allusions to the process that's been applied upon our people over the last few thousand years in breaking us, of which the idea black and white is a part of, and breaking the males and the female bonds. Now, I have made allusion to this also. Kill all firstborn males. You all know where that comes from, right? The story of Herod in the Bible with Moses. Yet, kill all firstborns males is a truth, an ultimate truth of the spiritual bond between a male and a female. The firstborn of soulmate is always the male. He is born first because he has to rise in the seven in the kingdom before he meets his princess. She is born second. Now, in killing the male, the firstborn first, i.e. breaking the mind, breaking the connection to the universe, it's easier to break the female, because the female, her bond is relative to the bond of he that was born first. Now, as I said to you in one of the pieces not long ago, I think a month or so ago, the Ninian tablet and the showing of in the Ninian tablet of females and males. One thing I didn't mention, at the bottom of the Ninian tablet, you'll see some symbols on the ground at the bottom part of the picture. And those represent all those who are not either made gay, as in the males, lesbians, bisexual, and not part of that game of the civil and social world, society upon earth, in the war of the worlds they created and brought to us. They will resemble those symbols. And those symbols represent death of the mind, body, and soul. This is all in that picture in the Ninian tablet. Now, in this process, the ladies, the females, in that picture, the Ninian tablet, represent those who will take part in the killing of the firstborn, because remember, the females were the nurturers. And in that picture, it clearly shows us the females, we have the gay men jump into their wants and wishes in the picture. This is the thing they've done in society too. Now, ladies, as I said, it's directed to you first. There are a number of things which have been brought against you in breaking you, in breaking your connection and bringing you towards the conditions that you live in now, this disgusting state of mind and pure lack of spirit that you live with today. That's nearly every female on earth. It's one of the reasons I've been celibate for most of my life, because I can't stand to look at you as you are now. You stink, your mind stink, you have no spirit, and your bodies actually do stink because of all the rubbish you put into it and how you move around the earth, sexing everything that comes into your way as part of the civil and social world. And you look at men like me and stand around us in big groups and calling us gay because we don't want your dirty selves. Yet, as you are now is not how you are supposed to be. As part of this game in breaking you, yes, they broke the firstborn, the males, but then they had to damage your body. So as you probably noticed today, everything includes yeast. Even flatbreads that aren't even supposed to include yeast have yeast. Even water biscuits, which aren't supposed to include yeast, have yeast. Why? Yeast in the body produces bubbles, and it messes up cell proliferation in the body, the meiosis osmosis process. Now, ladies will know this intimately because of the yeast infections you have, and it's very telling that it's a yeast infection. And yeast infections are foamy and very, very bubbly because of the bubbles that the yeast produce in the body, in the proliferation of cells. Now, they did this to make an excuse why you have to go see a gynecologist. And when you go see the gynecologist, they do Aikido up your genitals inside you. These dirty-minded doctors. And you already seen the truth of the Aikido on our children. And the picture I put up, the comedy sketch I put up in one of the pieces, I think it's part 2 of Healing Humanity. I just haven't been able to find a picture representing the Aikido they do inside the ladies. Maybe because I stopped looking. But these are the reasons why they did it. Now, also, the milk you eat, and many of the things you now do yourselves to keep yourselves in money have made you worse. Now, none of you can say you do not know of what I'm speaking because you actively break your children. I have been observing all of you females all over the earth the last 30 years actively since I was in school. And I've observed you breaking your children actively. And I'm thinking to myself as a young man, why would the mother be doing that to their child? I've observed you taking your daughters out, making them whores, making them dance in front of men, taking pictures of them in front of men, making them get in certain positions so the man would look, trying to entice the man. And I've observed this on every land I've been to all over the earth. And when I don't get involved in this, I've also observed you circle around me and everybody attack me physically, actively physically. Your conversations around me trying to make me scared and leave an area. And when I'm sitting in meditation, my eyes closed, some of you actively come and attack me in meditation. Now, none of you can say you are good people as you attack a man sitting in silence with his eyes closed in meditation. Some of you even call the police. And in nearly every country I've been to on earth, the police have come and attacked me because you stupid females, as you are now, have called the police to come and get me because I don't give you the attention you crave. Stupid little females. Yet, as I am he of first causes, he who is going to come and save you all, and I am here and I am doing all that's necessary to save you, in proof of me being of first causes, I see the reasons you have become as you are, even if I can no longer look at you because of the state of you at the moment. This is not how you're going to remain. The last 2 videos gave you breathing exercise to use to cleanse your body of poisons in your lungs and your stomach and your inner organs. This is letting you see all poisons you're putting in your body on a daily basis and the things they do to you that put you in their hands for them to do even greater things to you by their Aikido up your genitals. And you can see from the Nidian tablet that these things are real. Now, males, they are doing this to your children. They are doing this to your soulmates, but the soulmate is a real thing. The Creator created us in pairs. And they make fun of this. You'll see this in Hancock. The very relationship they produce in Hancock, the film with Will Smith and that, what's her name, Charlize Theron. They're taking a mick of the breaking of the bond of the bonded pair of souls. And that relationship between Will Smith and the other actor, I can't remember his name, the husband of his supposed soulmate. You can see the way he touches Will Smith in the program. The way his hands go on his shoulder, his elbows, his kidneys, his back. Every single one of those touches on Will. Every single one of the doctor's touches when he falls over in the hospital and you see them touching his head, touching his heart. These are them coordinating themselves globally on the areas to do Aikido upon us when they get opportunity to touch us, to break us. You can see this in that movie. Nothing in a movie is without cause. Nothing in a movie is without relevance. Even the product placement, remember this. So this movie has much importance in how they've coordinated themselves around us in keeping the soulmated pair by the Creator apart, in breaking the male so they can keep them apart. And that relationship you see with Will and the other actor, the male actor, the husband, you can see how they keep the male broken through Aikido, breaking his nervous system, keeping his memory from coming back, which is the reason why my memory is only just coming back, because all the moments the police have attacked me and done Aikido on me from a child to an adult. Even since I've left England, I was attacked in Spain, attacked in Brazil on numerous occasions. In Rio, a woman attacked me in the street while I was meditating, called the police, and then a whole street of people and the police started attacking me. And all I did was defend myself, and I was the only one they tried to arrest. When I got to the police station, luckily for me, there was a higher up person who asked questions, and they were like, well, why is he the only one here? Why is he in hand restraints? And the police couldn't answer the question because even they realised it's true. All he did was defend himself. We all attacked him, even the people on the street. So then I said, are you going to arrest anyone? They said, oh, they're all gone now. Yeah, right. But it's the ladies that bring this about because the men are broken. And the ladies only are come to the point where they do this because of those touches you see him doing on Will, as in per Hancock. And this is in line with the coordination they've given through the Bible in the story of Herod, kill all firstborn sons. Now, another reason why I bring this up too is that not only to let you see I'm here first causes, so even though I can't stand to look at you, I can't stand to talk at you, and I stay away from you as much as I can now, you are not supposed to be like this. You are supposed to be those who have become eternal through absorbing the sunlight of Ra, growing your spirit in the body as you develop your nervous system, utilizing the breath, so that when you leave this body upon its expiration, you become eternal outside of the universe. The universe is a limiter on your energy because you have no idea how much energy you have access to once you've absorbed the light of Ra and grown your spirit to become an eternal being, as you were given the possibility by the Creator. It matters not that I can't stand you anymore. All it matters is that the opportunity the Creator gave you, you take hold of once again. Become eternal beings once again. You do not see me, and I can't blame you for that because you do not even see yourselves. Yet, there will come a point when you can see me again, even if I never care to speak to you ever again in my life, because you've attacked me every day of my life since I was born till now. And even that I can give thanks for, because as a baby, listening to the adults around me talking about killing me, how could I not then come to a point very early in life that something's wrong with the mind? I'm going to heal the mind. Listening to adults speaking about killing me, and I'm a baby who can't speak, who can't even crawl yet. So you have this opportunity. Take it. And regardless of how I feel about you now, this is just because you've been attacking me every day of my life. Yet, as you are supposed to be more than you are, these bags of detritus like them that you've become, take this opportunity. Cleanse yourself using the exercise I give you. Stop eating the foods that they produce to poison you and give you genital disorders. You take yourself to gynecologists and they do you further harm through Aikido. Look after yourselves properly, my brothers and sisters. My beautiful people, Moreno. As you can see, as you go from the beginning to now and everything I've been writing over the last 9 years, nearly 10 years, I've been speaking for over 30 years, but publicly writing and videos for nearly 10 years now. You can see it's every aspect of life, every aspect of the civil and social world. They are bringing death to us all. When you awaken again, my people, you will realize why that first angel Anai wrote that prophecy of them going into the volcanoes, because we're all going to see the need for it. They go into the volcanoes. Beautiful love one and all on the Morenos. Seems to be a common thing now, this extra edition. Well, this one is because it's really important for you ladies, you females. Sticking to their foods. Cystic fibrosis. Now, I have been working with a number of females over the years in my life on their cystic fibrosis. Even on the yeast and the production of yeast infections in ladies, I've done all this too, with ladies with diabetes. Now, cystic fibrosis arises because you're eating too much starchy foods, too much carbohydrate foods, and because you have the poisons in your body's finding it hard to break down these starchy and carbohydrate foods. I've worked with a number of ladies of different ages, youngest one being 18, who had chronic cystic fibrosis, and changing her diet, the fibroids within her ovaries disappeared. For some reason, she didn't stick to the diet I gave her after a number of years, but that's her. That's many people actually. They just don't have what it takes to keep your own health for some reason. But given everything else going on in society, it makes sense. So ladies, as well, cut down potatoes, cut down yams, starchy foods, cut down breads, obviously the yeast. As an example for yeast in breads, I just remembered, when I was living in London, there was a big supermarket in my house called Morrison's, and there was one bread product that they sold, Polish bread, soda bread, which didn't have yeast in. And I remember, after I started speaking to the ladies in the area, telling them about yeast, what it does to their genitals, Polish bread became the number one selling product. After it became the number one selling product of breads in the Morrison, that is a huge supermarket, they stopped selling it. Now, it's not a loss leader, It's £1.90 for half a loaf. So it's not a loss leader. So why would you stop selling your best-selling bread, which is £1.90 half a loaf? There's no other reason than for the fact that it's because it doesn't contain yeast. They stopped selling it. Even all the ladies in the shop are like, oh, why are they not selling it no more? Example. So as you change your diets to reduce the fibroids in your ovaries and your fallopian tubes, you take out potatoes, take out pasta, take out rice, take out yams, obviously take out the breads, and you find other foods to replace them with. Now, the carbohydrates you eat, you only eat the carbohydrates because they be broken down into sugars into the body, and those sugars, the glycoside, your nervous system uses them to burn for you to have energy, metabolizes them. But you can eat loads of other stuff instead of yams, potatoes, rice, to get the carbohydrates you need. Fruits. You can make fresh homemade lemonade with brown sugar. Forget the white over-processed sugar, because even the insects don't eat the white sugar because it's too concentrated. Sometimes it's a triglyceride, and the insects can't process the triglyceride. They can process the diglycerides and the monoglycerides, fructose, sucrose, but some glucose, not all of it. But they can't process the triglycerides, not saccharides, sorry. Now, fruits, eat more fruits, make homemade juices, eat porridge oats, less cornmeal, less anything to do with corn, because it's such a genetically modified product like soya. It does bring damage to the body. What else? Well, that's it basically. Obviously vegetables and stuff, they go without saying, but it's definitely cut out all the starchy foods, and instead of the carbohydrates, find fruits and fruit juices fresh made, not from the shop, because they got all these additives in which are still poisons. Yes, it might take a little bit more time, but let me ask you a question. Females, an extra half an hour a day in producing food, an eternal life with the Creator in the afterlife once your body expires on earth as a result, or don't take the extra half hour every day. Stay growing dumb. Stay a becoming whore. Stay a becoming piece of dirt on earth. Die on earth, and because of your actions, either join the Jews and the Slavs in an eternal pain and eternal life of ever increasing pain and fire, or nothing. Your choices, right? I'm giving you this opportunity again, the one they took away from you, because me and the Creator have been in communication my whole life. Me and the first angel Anna have been in communication my whole life. Me and oneness, me and the nameless and beyond. Me and the universal car, earth, nature have been in communication my whole life. This is necessary. You make the choices for yourselves. Beautiful love, my people.